And now, your First Alert 5 weather.
And welcome back, everyone. The time is 12:13 on this Tuesday afternoon, and we are heating things up nicely. And if you're a fan of the summertime heat, you'll like the forecast that's ahead. Right now in the Springs, we are checking in at 83 degrees. We're about 3 ticks better than that in the Pueblo area, where it's 86 outside. Getting a little bit of that easterly wind, but it's not going to be enough to help bring any upslope energy or moisture into the region, as we should stay dry through this afternoon. And in fact, for the next couple of days, not expecting much rain outside of the mountains. Canyon City looking bright and beautiful out there in Fremont County, where the temperature is at 82, and warming up nicely into Teller County as well. We've got some cumulus clouds developing over the mountains, and in those areas we could see an isolated hit or miss storm this afternoon. But for the most part, I think most of southern Colorado does stay on the dry side. Now, I mentioned this earlier in the newscast. We do have an air quality alert in effect for Teller and El Paso counties, but notice this: most of the smoke up to our north today, so it's not really because of wildfire smoke. It is because of enhanced concentrations of ozone, and those ozone chemicals tend to react more so in the summer months because of the heat that can sort of initialize that ozone warning. So keep that in mind. If you're outside today, high levels of ozone, and that might impact you if you suffer from upper respiratory illnesses. In terms of the allergy and pollen report, just seeing medium levels of grass and weeds this afternoon, with lower levels of trees and mold. High pressure, the big blue H, the dominant weather feature here as it continues to expand to our north. It's a sinking air mass that's going to keep us mostly on the high and dry side over the next couple of days. You can see on the satellite composite here, just seeing some cloud cover building up. And I think if we get some rain today, keep a close eye here on southern stretches of the state, mainly out towards the Raton Mesa into Los Animas and Baca counties, as well as the mountains. Those areas could see enough instability combined with lingering amounts of moisture to spark off an afternoon shower and storm. You can see that here on the modeling around 2 o'clock, getting some showers and storms out there just east of Trinidad, possibly getting a little bit of rain out there in the Rampart range if that model verifies. But again, for the most part, outside of the mountains, outside of southern areas of the I-25 corridor, most of us will see drier conditions today. So your high in the Springs up near 90 degrees this afternoon. Denver back to the low 90s. Woodland Park in the low 80s. Monument at 82. La Junta, the hot spot, at 98. Tonight, after such a warm day, temperatures struggling to cool down that much, only dropping down to the high 60s for La Junta and Lamar, and the low 60s in Colorado Springs. So after today's high of 89, we're going to warm back to the lower 90s on Wednesday and Thursday. Now keeping the forecast dry through Friday. Then we get a cold front Saturday. That's going to help to destabilize the atmosphere, bringing back the potential for rain and some severe thunderstorms. That's why we've gone ahead and upped that impact scale number to 3 out of 5, dropped it down to 2 the rest of the weekend and into early next week, as we could be transitioning back to a pretty wet and cool monsoon pattern. Pueblo temperatures here right near triple-digit territory Wednesday through Friday, and then cooling through the 80s to make our way into the weekend. Canyon City, enjoy the drier conditions and the heat. Maybe hit up the Arkansas River or head to a pool to cool down. By the weekend, we'll cool down naturally as we get a little case of Mother Nature's air conditioning, with temps back down to the 80s. Woodland Park starting in the 80s at the start of the 7-day period, but cooling down with rain expected to pick up as we head towards the weekend, and continuing to be a wet weather pattern possibly heading into next week.